Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's baking blog. Today I'm going to make some coconut and kiwi cakes, individual little cakes in a muffin tin. And this is based on a recipe that I got on the Zespri website. Zespri sell kiwi fruit and well, other fruits as well, I think, but kiwi fruit. Now I got the recipe from them and I did try it out, and there was a couple of little problems with it which I'll explain as we go through. But this is going to be a very, very simple recipe, and it will either make 12 or 15. Now I'll explain why. In the Zespri recipe it says to 3/4 fill 12 muffin cases, and that's a muffin case. But the amount of batter that I had when I did my test filled the muffin case, or almost filled it. So that's why I'm saying if you use a case like this, you can make 15. However, if you use a tulip case like this, which tends to be larger, you can simply make 12, and that's what I'm going to do. So the choice is yours. Use these and make 15, or use these and make 12. So that's the first thing which I found that was wrong. And the second thing was that the recipe called for using large eggs, which would be extra large in the USA. And I found that using medium eggs, which would be large in the USA, works perfectly fine. So that's what I'm doing today. So I start off by preheating my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. That's 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit. And I've lined my 12-hole muffin tin with paper cases. So I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this, I have 160 grams, which is 1 cup plus 1 tablespoon, based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can use plain flour, the same amount, and add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder and mix it around. I have 160 grams, 1.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut. I have 4 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA, 200 grams, 1 cup of caster sugar, 230 grams, 1 cup plus 1 teaspoon of softened unsalted butter, 1.5 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 12 slices of kiwi fruit, and I've cut my slices about 1/4 inch thick, something like that. And I actually used 4 fruits so that I got a good spread of seeds in the centre, because I think that will look nice on top of the cakes. So that's all the ingredients, and we need to start off by creaming the butter and the sugar together. And I'm going to do that in a large bowl with my hand mixer, but you could do it by hand. So I'll put the caster sugar in and the salt. And I'll add in my softened butter. And then I'll cream them together until they're pale and fluffy, which would take a good couple of minutes probably. And that's pale and fluffy now, so I'm going to add in my eggs one at a time, and I'm going to whisk those and get those incorporated. And that's good like that. So then I'm going to add in the desiccated coconut. I'm just going to give that a whisk on a low speed and get that mixed through. And that's good enough. So then I'm going to add in my flour, and I'm going to do that in 3 additions. I'll put a little bit in like that, and I'm going to stir that through with a spatula to get that incorporated. And add in some more, and then I'll do the same with the last amount, and just stir it through until it's incorporated. We don't want to overmix the flour. So that's mixed through quite nicely, and I'm going to divide that equally into my muffin cases. So I just thought I would show you, if you use an ordinary muffin case, that just comes above the rim usually of the tin, whereas these tulip cases come up to here. So that's why I'm saying you can fill the tulip cases more than with this. If you're going to use a muffin case like this, you need to fill it 3/4 full, which is about 58 grams in weight, slightly over 2 ounces. If you're going to use tulip cases like this, you will use about 78 grams, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to weigh mine, but basically divide it equally, and it will actually be a good amount. So that's it there, and I'll do the same with the remainder. So there I have filled my muffin cases, making a bit of a mess with some of them. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simply lay a slice of the kiwi fruit, and I'm using gold kiwi fruit, but you can use the green ones as well, that'd be fine, onto the top of the batter. Just like that. They may slide a little bit as the batter heats, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going to put those into the oven, and I'm going to bake them for between 25 and 30 minutes. And that's until they've risen up and a skewer poked into them around the edge but into the centre comes out quite clean, and that will mean that they're cooked. Now if you're using the muffin cases that are only 3/4 full, I would bake them as per the Zespri recipe, which is for 20 to 25 minutes. But because I'm using more batter, I'm going to bake mine for longer. So once they have baked, I'll take them out of the oven. I'll leave them in the tin for a few minutes. Then I'll transfer them to a wire rack. And when they've cooled down, I'll come back and show you the results. I baked my coconut and kiwi cakes for 30 minutes. And they baked up perfectly, they rose nicely, and I left them in the tin for 10 minutes, then I transferred them to a wire rack. So they're just about cool now, so I'll show you what they look like. So as you can see, they've baked up quite nicely, and I've taken one out of its paper so you can see that it's nicely baked. And I'll have a taste of this one. That's very, very good. The juiciness of the kiwi fruit, which is sweet but still a little bit tart, complements the coconut cake perfectly. And that cake has a lovely texture as well. This is ideal for a nice little snack in the afternoon. So a very simple recipe, and as I mentioned, you can do it in the normal muffin cases but don't use as much batter and it will make 15, or do it in tulip cases and it will make 12. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.